I think it kind of starts from Christmas on. You decide on the varieties. That's kind of where it starts. And then you get your seed, and then you transplant, or you start it off indoors, kind of anytime from May on, kind of when the frost is gone. And then maybe after 3 weeks, you move them to outdoors, you transplant them, and they're away then. There's very little maintenance with them. Now this year it was so dry, we had to irrigate them maybe 2 or 3 times. But then after that, I suppose the plant is up and it's growing very fast. We would have ran through them with a tine weeder just to try and control some of the weeds, maybe done that twice, and that's it. After that, there's no fertilizer, there's no chemicals, there's nothing really. I suppose 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you're going to open your pumpkin patch, you just snip them. Go along and snip them so as they'll ripen up a bit quicker and they'll firm up. Now we probably wouldn't snip them all. You know, people like to see them and pick them and do it themselves. You know, I think kids love it especially. They love running through the patch and finding unusual ones. You know, we grew about 15 different varieties. Gourds, the kids love the small gourds. The white ones, they love the white ones. There's yellow ones. You know, the more unusual the better. You know, I think if they want the nice orange one, they can buy that in the shops. But the unusual ones, they're not as plentiful, and they're not really in the shops. This is our second year at the pumpkin patch. I suppose last year it was our first year, and it was our son, I suppose our 2 sons and our daughter. It was their idea to do this. Most pumpkin patches were sold out, and we bought them at the side of the road at an honesty box 2 years ago to save the seed. Took the pumpkins, cleaned them, saved the seed, kept it in the hot press for the winter, planted the seed in springtime, and that was the start of our first pumpkin patch. Well, when the pumpkins grew, we didn't know what to do with them, so we said we'd open it up to friends and neighbours. We had maybe 3,500 people come the first year to pick pumpkins. We were amazed with the interest, so we said we'd give it another go, and kind of that's where we are now. We're open for 7 days, or kind of every weekend in October. We've our first weekend done. Very impressed with the amount of people that's coming. It was a great weekend. People didn't want to go home. Kids were crying. Mommy and Daddy was bringing them and they wanted to stay. When we grow carrots, a lorry reverses onto the loading bay, it's loaded and it just disappears off. And there's not the same enjoyment. Whereas when you grow pumpkins and you see kids coming out to a pumpkin field, and oh mammy, look at the one I found, and oh look at the size of this one, and look at the colour of this one. You know, you're kind of smiling to yourself with the enjoyment. And you know, we've special schools or different schools coming to visit, and you know, it's great to do the like of that and to see people enjoying it. And you know, the bale art we have there, when they walk around the corner and look down the field, oh mammy, look at this, or daddy, look at that. And you know, the kids are wowed because of the bale art, and there's a tractor and a cat and minions, and the parents, I think, are wowed with the muck. You know, so everyone is wowed when they come round the corner and look down the field, you know, for a good reason or a bad reason, I don't know, but